The Gatorade Cup Series heads to its second crown jewel race of the season as we head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the running of the Pepsi 600, the longest Gatorade Cup Series race of the season. JJ Reed has won the pole for tonight's race. Outside of him, second is the 2-car of Luke Rainey. Then in third we have Isaac Nichols, fourth is Keshawn Richardson, and Griffin Lynn rounds out the top 5 in the 7-car. Sixth place we have TJ Hanley, 7th is Michael Gregory, 8th is Riley Spurley-Tube, in 9th we have Scott Gregory, and Casey Nacko rounds out the top 10 in the 43-car. The rest of the field, there's Max Anderson. Outside of him is Carter Freeze in the 34. Behind them, Nathan Stapleton. Inside is Roman Fenway in the 13. And we have Eli Bright with Riley Sampson, along with Derek Hamill in the 20 car for the rest of the season. Derek Bouchard stepped down from driving duties, retiring immediately from Gatorade Cup Series competition. So now Derek Hamill takes over the spot. Levi Schoenz to his inside the 21. Then we have Trey Rainey with Steve Morgan in the 35. Behind them, it's Jeff Bright and Carson Bowers, along with Deglia Pez and Ryan Brommer. Then we have Jonathan Buford and Antonin Charles Bois, with Edwin Mendez and Keegan Thompson in the 15, with points leader Marshall Burrell and Anthony Nez in the 4-car. Then with Marcus Sachi and Cole Luigi, with Jay Jefferson and William Bullen. Then we have Sebastian Kukulon and Zachary Fitzwater Sr., with Adam Garcia and Anthony Fox in the 38. Behind them, Jose Mills and Justin Zidell in the final row. And 41st at second in points, Dale Lightning. 42nd position is the 24-car of Nathan Ormond. There's our 42-car field for the longest race of the Gatorade Cup Series season, the Pepsi 600. Let's go on trackside and fire these 42 engines up for our 60 laps of action around the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
"42 engines, fire up, roll off the starting grid for the longest Gatorade Cup Series race of the season, the Pepsi 600, our second crown jewel race of season number 10. It's going to be a crazy one for sure at Charlotte. 2 and 3 are racing all night long. The most mentally and physically taxing race of the season. And also on equipment, it's going to be very, very taxing. So whose equipment will last? Which driver will last all 60 laps? JJ Reed, Luke Rainey on the front row for the start of the Pepsi 600, the Gatorade Cup Series. Pepsi 600 for season 10 is underway. JJ Reed from the pole out to the early advance, leads lap 1. Nichols gets clearing second. The battle's on for third. Keshawn Richardson inside the 7th. Griffin Lane to turn number 1. Luke Rainey also up there in the 2-car. Trying to go to the middle lane, but Scott Greger goes low and slides up a little bit. Off turn 2, down the back. Up to full song now. The 48 backs up to the 3-car. Allows Scott Greger to the inside of the 3. Here comes the 14 off turn 4. Looking for second on Nichols. Got a great run through 3 and 4 for Scott Gregory. He'll take it all the way to second at the start-finish line. Great move by the 14 car. But can't get to JJ Reed. The 46 was pulled away to a nice gap. Max Anderson moves to the inside, the 8-3 car. Here comes Roman Fenway to challenge in the 13. 80 of Eli Bright won last race at Atlanta. Looking for 2 straight Gatorade Cup Series wins. He'll look 3 wide to the bottom, but the 8-3 gets clear of that. Here comes Levi Schoenz, the 21 car. He'll look out of line with a nice run off turn 4. But it continues to be JJ Reed to lead the race in the 46. No one touched him yet, but here comes Scott Gregory with a run in the draft off to turn 1. Trying to close on that 46 of Reed. He has a nice run off turn 2. He's there to the back. Can he make a move down the backstretch into turn number 3? He'll look low, but the 46 blocks it nicely. Now Gregory looks low through 3 and 4. Gets a nose underneath the 46. Side by side down the front. JJ Reed leads the left, but now the inside for Scott Gregory and Max Anderson. Those 3 pull away. Levi Schoenz in 4th, trying to fend off the 3 of Keshawn Richardson. Scott Gregory gets out in front in the 14. Second place now, Max Anderson. Reed in line in 3rd. Might be able to form another run. Here comes Trey Rainey, the 18. Won the target race yesterday. Has some momentum riding on his side here at Charlotte. Luke Rainey just finally finished 3rd in that race. To the inside now, Max Anderson on Scott Gregory. The 14 led the left, the 8-3 has the inside to turn number 1. JJ Reed, where's he go? He goes high. Keshawn Richardson gonna look low for 3rd, slides up almost inside the 46, Anderson clear, moves up. 14 with a run off the top. Richardson gets to third. Now the crossover for the 14 to the back of the A3. Couldn't get to the bottom lane. Trey Rainey to third. Push from his brother Luke. Scott Greger over the back. Now looks to the inside again. Max Anderson led the lap. Side by side for third go the two brothers of Luke Rainey and Trey Rainey. Luke's going to take it. How about Riley Spurley 2 up inside the top 5 to 4th with Jay Jefferson, winner of this race in season number 4. He's up to 5th. He's a past 600 winner. He drove the 48 to victory lane in season 4. Can he do it with the 78 in season 10? Scott Gregory pulls away to a nice gap. Luke Rainey over the back of the A3 now to the inside for a second. Off to turn number 1. These 4 kind of pull away from 5th on back. But Scott Gregory pull away the best. He leads the race. Luke Rainey with Jay Jefferson to his inside. The 78 goes side by side. Rainey, though, powers off the top of turn number 2 to get back clear. Now he goes wide again. The A7 or the 78 has a nice runner here off turn 4 to the inside and got by. Jay Jefferson to second position in Charlotte. He knows how to win here. How about Max Harrison jumping back to the bottom? He'll get back to third. Edwin Mendez to the top 5 with the 11 car. As the pack starting to spread out a little bit down the back of the race. Edwin Mendez trying to fend off JJ Reed. It was a nice run here. Come to the end. How about Anthony Reyes in the 4 car? He's up into the picture. He's trying to find a way to the front. It's that miserable season. The battle's on for second. Max Harrison getting by Jay Jefferson, bringing Luke Rainey with him in the 2. Levi Shones getting around. The 4 and the 11. Nice move there of the 21 Levi Shones, last season's champion. Up inside the top 10. Looking for a top 5 spot here shortly. JJ Reed sends the 70 up the hill. Reed started on pole, trying to get back to the front. And for a second, Luke Rainey again on Max Harrison, but Scott Gregory pulling away because they're battling behind, second and third. And they're battling so hard behind every single lap, they keep getting side by side. Gregory's able to pull it. Now this time, Luke Rainey has a nice run here off turn 2. A 1/6 of the way done with the Pepsi 600 caution-free so far. Luke Rainey trying to run Scott Gregory down to turn number 3. Rainey goes up the racetrack through 3 and 4, maybe looking for another run, trying to get out of that dirty air. It lost him some time, though. 3 wide back behind them. As Ryan Brommer jumps on Edwin Mendez and Levi Shones gets 2 spots right there off to turn 1. Great job by Ryan Brommer with the run right there. 11 clears the 21 to move up. They're short of that 3 wide out. Now for second again, Max Harrison with the run to Luke Rainey. And they're draft down the backstretch. They've closed on Scott Gregory a little bit, but it's not enough. See, look at this. Harrison to the inside of Rainey, who tried to get to Scott Gregory. Oh, he couldn't get there, but he has a run here off turn 4. Can he stay clear of that A3 to make a move? Trying to get down in front of Max Harrison. Luke Rainey fends off the A3 for now jumps to the inside of the 14. Side by side for the top spot in Charlotte. Side by side, where's JJ Reed and Max Harrison go? Reed jumps low to go with the 2 car. Here comes Jay Jefferson, the 78 into the picture. These front 5 have pulled away. Reed up to second. Jay Jefferson will get to third in the 78. Now Jay Jefferson looking for second. Trying to shuffle JJ Reed out of the way. How about the 3 of Kashawn Richardson into the picture? 6 car out the front now. 7th and 8th, Ryan Brommer and Anthony Reyes. They're trying to come forward. Look at the run for the 3. Got to the back of the A3, couldn't make the move. This pack of cars close together. Here comes Brommer and Hernandez to join the fun at the front. The 6 with a nice run. The 14 goes up the racetrack. How about the 4 looking low? Anthony Reyes with a nice run. Gets the inside of the 6 of Brommer. That's for a spot inside the top 7. As Jay Jefferson tries to run down fellow veteran Luke Rainey in the 2. Scott Gregory. Position change inside the top 5. The 14 gets by the 46. But for the lead. Jefferson's all in the back of the 2. Didn't make the move. The 3 made the move on the A3 for third. There goes the 78. Jay Jefferson flies by the 2 of Luke Rainey. Gets the lead. At the stripe, Jefferson leads it. Now the 3 of Kashawn Richardson has a nice run going here off to turn 1. Made the move on the 2 for second. Now can't get to the 78, make the move on Jay Jefferson for the top spot. 3 wide back behind them. Ryan Brommer jumps low. Puts the 4 for Hernandez middle lane. That's for 5th. Brommer couldn't keep it down there. Hernandez gets clear in the 4. Scott Gregory with the run for third on Luke Rainey now. So on turn 4. He's there in the back of the 2. He's going to try and make a move to the end side of the quad oval. Scott Gregory, Luke Rainey side by side for third. The battle is on up ahead. Richardson trying to run down Jay Jefferson. The 78 did a nice job there through 1 and 2 to pull away a little bit. Hernandez for 4th now in the 4 car. Trying to get by Luke Rennie in the 2. He'll do it. Follows teammate Scott Gregory. So now SHR has 2 of the top 4 spots. Look at this. Gregory for 2nd on Richardson. Got a nice run. That side draft off the 3 car. He pulled him back to him. And quickly jumps to the inside and gets by. Scott Gregory to 2nd. Here comes Hernandez for 3rd on the 3. Almost contact there. Trying to get the side draft. Down the back of the race. The 4 and the 3. The 3 gets clear. Now look at JJ Reed looking low on the 4. They're going to be 3 wide for 3rd. Close there off turn 4. JJ Reed jumping to the bottom of the racetrack. That is great racing. Great stuff here at the front. Jay Jefferson goes wide. Scott Gregory to the bottom of the racetrack. They're side by side for 3rd, but up front, Gregory with a massive run down the back for the lead. Jumping to the inside. Now them being side by side, can 3rd on back. JJ Reed and Luke Rennie, can they run them down? Side by side, look at this 3 wide back here. Trey Rainey forcing the bottom of the 3 and the 4. Max Ayers coming back for it. How about Cole Luigi? The 42 won the IROC race here earlier today and won this race last season. He's still straight to the victory lane here in Charlotte. He wants to add another one. Back for the lead. It's Jay Jefferson crossover. Back to the inside. Scott Gregory to turn number 3 in this line. Luke Rennie in 3rd to close back in. Jay Jefferson clears. Scott Gregory. Luke Rennie through to 2nd. Gregory back to 3rd. Reed trying to fend off Colucci. A nice run for 4th. That 42 flying through the field. Can he keep it up? Here's the question, though. Luigi. Clear, as we're 1/3 of the way done with the Pepsi 600 caution free so far. For the lead, it's Luke Rennie on Jay Jefferson. Got 40 laps to go, 39 at the start finish, and still tons of time left for something to change. Luke Rennie out front, the 2, Scott Gregory for the lead, and the quad oval. Front 4 pulled away with Colucci in 4th. 5th place now Levi Shones, Thompson 6th, Reed is 7th. Scott Gregory again looking on the 2 car. Down the back of the race, nose to tail for the top spot. They're side by side for 3rd. Jay Jefferson going to try and cut the nose of the 42 off, give him some dirty air. Luigi not going to have any of it. Drives him up the track. And for the lead, they're side by side. Scott Gregory and Luke Rennie. Rennie leads lap. Gregory is the inside. Luigi is up to 3rd. He's going to clear through 1 and 2. That 42 is fast here tonight. I'm telling you what, they probably used some of those notes that they used from last season to win this race. Probably use them here in this race tonight. So Scott Gregory out front, the 14. Luke Rennie runs in 2nd. 3rd is now Colucci. Jay Jefferson in 4th. And Keegan Thompson is in 5th. Then Anthony is up to 6th. Levi Shones is 7th. 8th place for William Bull. 9th for Edwin Mendez. 10th for Ryan Brommer. Max Arison 11th. 12th for JJ Reed. Anton Charles 13th. 14th is now Trey Rainey. And 15th is Case Nackle with Kashan Richardson 16th. And a cluster of cars behind. Hamill, Bright, and Spurley 2 along with Marcus Sanchez, Diego Pez. Craziness here in the pack. We have 1 car off the pace towards the back. Looks like the 19th Carson Bowers issue there on that Joe Gibbs Racing driver. Scott Gregory has the lead. Colucci got the 2nd, but Jay Jefferson quickly challenges to the inside of the 42. He'll get up to 2nd. Luke Rennie for 3rd now. Just behind this mess of cars in the top 4 is 5th place Anthony Hernandez. He has the helmet cam. Let's take a lap with the 4 next time at the start-finish line, just to see what Hernandez is seeing in this long race. Look at Luke Rennie jumping inside. Jay Jefferson for 2nd up there. The 42 climbs the banking. The 4 is going to have a challenge to the inside. Let's go on board with Anthony Hernandez and see him make this pass. saw it right there. Luke Rainey took the lead, and then Jay Jefferson quickly took it from him, and now Thompson up inside the top 3 for a second. And you saw the handling effects on the 4 of Hernandez. In 3 and 4, a few laps to go, when the 14 got down, gave the dirty air to his teammate in the 4 car, and it got Hernandez up the racetrack, got him very tight. You saw that. You had to hear him lift out of the throttle on that onboard. Great stuff there. Hernandez to the inside, will grab second away. Colucci follows him through to third. For fourth now, it's Luke Rainey back on Thompson, with Scott Gregory still riding around inside the top 10. Edwin Mendez and JJ Reed are the next drivers, 7th and 8th. How about Jeff Wright lurking in 9th, with Max Harrison in 10th. Great stuff here at Charlotte. Cars in the wall. It's Trey Rainey. He's gotten the wall through 1 and 2. He'll drop back in the 18 car. And look at this for the lead. 3 cars under the blanket. This is amazing stuff at Charlotte. Jay Jefferson, Anthony Ness, and Cole Luigi are giving us a show at the front of the field. Next time I'll be halfway done with the Pepsi 600. It's been a crazy one so far tonight. Jay Jefferson leads the way, but now goes up the racetrack. Hernandez looks low. Luigi looks lower. 3 wide down the back. For the top spot there, 3 wide. Look at the run for Cole Luigi. On the inside, he'll grab it. Cole Luigi out in front in Charlotte. And to lead it halfway, the Chip Ganassi Racing driver in the 482 leads it. Luigi leads it halfway. Scott Gregory, look at Mendez in the picture. The 11 car up inside the top 5. Oh, look at Gregory give the 78 maybe a little boot up the racetrack. Gregory to third, inside the top 3. It's a great thing about Charlotte. You can pass here, but it's not like a constant cycle like we see at Atlanta or Vegas, where it's kind of like pack-type racing. These cars get spread out, but they're still passing. It's great stuff. Teammates now battle for second. Stuart Haas Racing with 2 fast race cars. Scott Gregory might be a little bit faster, and that 14 might be one of the dominant cars here tonight. Look at him looking on Cole Luigi off turn 2. A great run for the 14. Great 1 and 2. Scott Gregory and Cole Luigi, they run side by side. Gregory takes it from the 42 in 3 and 4. Jay Jefferson looks for a second now as the 42 goes up the racetrack. Look at the 2 of Luke Rainey pushing the 78 forward. They go side by side. Off to turn number 1 for Jay Jefferson, trying to keep Luke Rainey at bay. And look at the different lines these drivers are running. They're not all running the same line. Some are deciding to go up the racetrack. Some are looking low. Some are way up against the wall. I mean, this is crazy, the type of racing we're seeing here at Charlotte. It's great racing. Scott Gregory climbs the banking, looking for some grip up top. But Luke Rainey has grip down low, and he's showing it. Fast run there for the 2. 27 laps to go. Rainey and Gregory side by side. Luke Rainey takes the spot away. Scott Gregory back to second. Look at Hernandez jumping on his teammate. Luke Rainey's going to come around lead with 26 to go. You want to know how long this race is? At the start-finish line, we will now have the length of the Pennzoil Truck Series race left. Right there, 26 to go. The Pennzoil Truck Series race is the length of the race that's left. Craziness how long this race is. Cole Luigi keep it up at the front. He's going for third. That's the great thing about this race as well. What we've been seeing drivers come and go. A lot of drivers that stay at the front, like Luke Rainey and Jay Jefferson, and the 14 and the 42. They have drivers coming to the front, like the 11. Where does he come from? Where's the 15 come from? Where's the 5 and the 6 and the 46 come from? And they have drivers like Marcus Sachi, he has not been at the front. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Riley Sampson and Derek Campbell inside the top 15. They've come from the back to the front. And they have drivers like Levi Schultz who's fallen back. Sean Richards has fallen back. Casey Nagel, Riley Sperling too. I mean, this is crazy, the race we're seeing here tonight. It's a great race. And we've kept it caution-free so far, but will we keep it like that? Look at the front two. Climb the racetrack, climb the banking. Third place Max Harrison has a monstrous run down the front. He'll take it to the inside of the 42. Can he take it to the inside of the 2? I think the run got stalled being side by side with the 42 right there. Now the 2 goes up the racetrack again through 1 and 2. I feel like you can afford it more in 1 and 2 than they can 3 and 4. I feel like going up the racetrack through turns 1 and 2, there's some more grip up there, but 3 and 4 go up the racetrack, you're completely done. They're going to demolish you. How about Edwin Mendez? Coming from the back to the front in the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. Up to second, Scott Gregory, who I think has had the best car here tonight. One of the best cars tonight. He's up to third again. He'll look for second. Max Harrison climbs the bank again through 1 and 2. Scott Gregory, he'll take second. Look for the lead down the back. Scott Gregory takes it away again. But now the 15, Keegan Thompson, he has plans for the lead. Jumps low. Right in the back of the 14. 22 laps to go in the Pepsi 600. It's been a long one for these drivers. We're almost done so far. At the line will be next time by. Not this time, but 2 laps. Look at them 4 wide back there in the pack. Looks like just as they don't Eli Bremer rubbing. They sort it back down to 3 wide, but that was close there. Some great drivers back here. Zidell, Hanley, Spurley 2, Lightning, Eli Bright. They all know what to do if they get to a 4 wide situation. That's just give each other room. Make sure they don't crash. Look at some of these drivers back here that have off the pace. Orman and Isaac Nichols are back here. 200 Motorsports cars. Kukulon, Fox, Lynn, and then Carson Bowers the most car off the pace. 19 obviously with some issues. Scott Gregory, Keegan Thompson, first and second. The yellow flag is out. Jake says Eli Bryant rallies for a crash. We were just looking at that battle. It's our first yellow flag of the Pepsi 600. Scott Gregory back in front. 2/3 of the way done right there. Yellow flag for the first time. So at some point, there was a crash there in that group that we were focusing on. And Eli Bryant Rowley's Spurley Tube were ones that paid the price. 20 laps to go at the yellow flag. These drivers now get to get a breather. And my goodness, what a race it has been so far. Now we have the field bunched back together. My gosh. Now we get a restart to deal with. And the drivers that have pulled away and were in the lead group. This is not going to be good for them. This is not going to be good. They're coming down pit road. They shouldn't have to come down pit road. This could be bad for those drivers that have the glitch pit stalls. Yeah, they don't need the fuel to make it to the end. They have enough fuel to make it. They can go at least 70 laps in a tank. They maybe think they want some tires, even though the tire wear's not too bad. That's the name of the game, though. You want the freshest tires, and it's going to be a tough break if someone has one of those glitch pit stalls. It's going to be bad for sure. And I think JJ Reed's in one along with Luke Rainey. We'll have to see. So they're taking 4 tires. Scott Gregory. Let's see if he's one of them with a bad pit stall or not. He might be, because he's not leaving there. He's just waiting. The 15 leaves. He's on the way. Jeff Bright leaves. But look at the drivers that are in a bad spot. The 46, the 2, and all these others. That is horrible for them at the front of the field. Well, we have to go and see what happened around the caution flag. Riley's ready to Eli Bright. At some point made contact to cause our first yellow flag of the Pepsi 600. Entering turns 1 and 2, this is actually the yellow, this is kind of the same crash that brought the last yellow of the target race here yesterday. As Eli Bright's in the middle lane, looking for some grip. The grip is going away on these tires, obviously. He slides out the racetrack into Riley's Spurley Tube, and they make contact. They'll go into the wall through 1 and 2, and it'll spin the 88 of Eli Bright around with Riley's Spurley Tube. They're up against the wall right here. They're still in the wall, and right here, coming off the wall, finally, the 88 goes full way around. There's still cars coming. The yellow flag is displayed. There's debris on the racetrack. It brings out yellow flag, and it changes this whole race, because now the drivers that had those bad pit stalls, the first 6, 7 or so on pit road, they're going to be stuck on pit road. They're going to be out of the running, and that's some dominant cars like Luke Rainey and Scott Gregory that were in those pit stalls. It worked out well, though, for the 15, Keegan Thompson. Came in second, left first, and now car number 15 is our race leader in the Pepsi 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming back green right here, in the Pepsi 600 will be 16 laps of racing to go at Charlotte. Keegan Thompson with the race lead. Special cook on blue gearbox, so he's out in all the cars that got trapped and are on pit road because of the pit issues. Griffin Lynn, Isaac Nichols, TJ Hanley, JJ Reed, Kashawn Richardson, Scott Gregory, Derek Hamill, and Luke Rainey. 33 cars on the lead lap. That's going to change, though, because Joe Gibbs Racing has had a tough night. Bowers has been off pace all night. Turing got the wall. Hamill's on pit road, and now Edwin Mendez has just dropped off. He was set to restart in the 11th position. Keegan Thompson, Jeff Bright, Anthony Nez, Max Anderson, J. Dress on the top 5 with Ryan Brommer, Riley Sampson, along with the 42 of Code Luigi, 17 Marcus Sachi, the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 16 to go, back green for Keegan Thompson, the 15. Jeff Bright, the 5 in second. Look at them looking low already on some drivers. Sachi on Cole Luigi, Brommer on Jay Jefferson. Look at this for second. Hernandez on Jeff Bright. Side by side for P2 down the back. Keegan Thompson can try and pull away. The 83 looks even lower. Couldn't make the move. Hernandez with a run through 3 and 4. This new grip on these cars now. Make the moves while you can. They're doing it. to the inside, side by side. Dead even at the start-finish line. Mendez leaves pit road but is a lap down. Hernandez led the start-finish line by an inch. A car slowed Zachary Fitzwater Sr. He had an issue in the 9 car. Dropped the inside lane back the outside. Gotta thank for that. Adam Garcia and Colucci got clear. Look at Marcus Sacchi. Restart about 9th or 10th to 2nd now. Only a few laps after the restart. Max Harrison leads the race. Marcus Sacchi now to 2nd to 17. 14 laps remain in the Pepsi 600. One of the most prestigious races of the season. Jeff Wright jumps low in the 5 car. Looking for 3rd. And his first win since season 6, race 2. The front of the field, content right now, riding around. This one, these tires have the most grip. You don't really have to let off too much. You don't really go up the racetrack that much. Once these tires start to wear about 5-7 laps into the run, that's when these tires are going to start making some passes. Marcus Sacchi. He'll go wide through 1 and 2. Look at Thompson and Jeff Wright, 3 wide. The 5 lets off. I think he jumped low to protect from the 78 since he had to let off right there. Put the 78 up top. Thompson restarted first, back up to 2nd now. Jeff Wright moves to 3rd. Here comes Hernandez on Jay Jefferson. They race side by side, come to 12 to go. 12 laps remain in the Pepsi 600. Side by side for 5th. Jeff Wright all over the back of the 15. He'll look low for 2nd as Max Harrison continues his charge at the front, leading the race. One of the best cars in the longer run we saw was Colucci at the 42. He's back further back now because it's a short run. Look at him coming back forward now as the tires start to wear in that 42. He might have a say late in this run. Early race there, Max Harrison blown up to the inside. Go! Slows the 17, but from the race lead, the 83 is blown up to the apron he'll get. And luckily did not take anyone out, but now for the lead. Hernandez inside of Marcus Sacchi as heartbreak for our Season 8 champion Max Harrison. He will not have a shot here tonight. He was leading, dominating the race after the restart. But now, hands lead to Sacchi, loses it to Anthony Hernandez. Heartbreak for a race leader. But now, it's brought more life into the race as these drivers all know they have a shot. Jay Jefferson to 2nd. Looking for the lead through 1 and 2 with 10 to go. Edwin Mendez back off pit road on the 11. Coming up the field. The front pack gets by. 9 to go this time by at the start-finish line. How about Zachary Fitzwater Sr. to the top 5? Not talking about him all night. Adam Garcia the same there. How about Nathan Ormond? He was off pace with his teammate Isaac Nichols back in the 30s, about 37, 38. He's inside the top 10 late. Jay Jefferson for the lead through 1 and 2. He's on Anthony Hernandez down the back stretch, side by side, come to 8 to go. Fitzwater looking low. The 9 has a nice run going. 8 to go this time by in Charlotte. Jay Jefferson with the lead, but Zachary Fitzwater Sr. to the inside. 8 to go. Adam Garcia to 3rd. For 4th, Luigi back to the inside the 4. 3 wide for Adam Garcia to the bottom. He's looking. He's there. Side by side, the 9 at the top side trying to get the run, but the 22 side drafts him back to him. Riley Sampson to 4th in the 40 car. He'll get to Jay Jefferson for 3rd. And Nathan Ormond goes 3 wide in the 24. Was at the back of the field all night long, but now is a shot with 7 to go. Fitzwater in line in 2nd. Ormond up to 3rd. How special would it be if he gets first ever Gatorade Cup Series win in one of the biggest races of the season? All over the back, down the back, pushing the 9 car. Sampson will jump low in the 40. Couldn't get to the 24. The 9 all over the back of the 22. Looks low, but couldn't get it done. Ormond is there now to the inside for a 2nd with 6 laps remaining. Sacchi on Michael Gregory. How about the 41? Where does he come from? Ormond for the lead off turn 2. He's there on the 22. Push from Riley Sampson. Ormond's down front. Sampson a 2nd. He'll look low. Crucial lap coming up right here. 5 laps to go. Yellow flag within the Pepsi 600. Ormond leads with Sampson at 2nd. Through 1 and 2. Side by side. Riley Sampson takes in the 40. For 2nd, they're side by side. Marcus Sacchi inside Nathan Ormond in the 24. Jeff Wright top to bottom in front of the 78. What a move by Jeff. If he wins this race, he can look back on that move right here. inside for P2. 4 to go. What a move to get him down to the inside. Still with a shot at this race victory. He's not done yet. The veteran knows how to win. It's been a while. He knows how to win, though. Be a great race to get it done. One of the biggest of the season. But he's got to fend off Jay Jefferson to the inside for the 78. He'll go. Those two enter the series at the same time. Had differing success. 3 to go. Riley Sampson in control. 4.5 miles remain. Jay Jefferson's not done yet. He's going to be clear in second right here. Look at Adam Garcia, though. And Anthony Hernandez goes 3-1 to 4. Let's go for the helicam really quickly. See this 3-1 pass. Does he have a shot to 40 with 2 to go? Orman jumps low on the 24. 4 wide behind them. They start out the 4 wide. Now Orman's clear in second. Trying to get away from the rest of the field. Have a shot at the 40 car for his first ever win. Eli rides ahead, but will he be caught? Riley Sampson in control of the Pepsi 600. Orman trying to run down the draft. Looking for his first ever win, the Gatorade Cup Series. Off turn 4. Last lap at Charlotte for Riley Sampson, but Orman is closing in. Off to turn number 1, the 40 leads to 24. Orman looking low, through 1 and 2. He's there to the inside. Side by side for the win down the backstretch in Charlotte. The biggest race of the season. Nathan Orman's out in front. Last season, the Coca-Cola car won the Pepsi 600. This time, the Pepsi car will win it. Checkered flag, Nathan Orman's a winner in the Gatorade Cup Series. The second straight win for Hendrick Motorsports. They have won here at Charlotte. They have their 1.5 mile program figured out this season. They won at Kentucky with Isaac Nichols, won at Atlanta with Eli Bright, won here at Charlotte with Nathan Orman, and 2 cars finished inside the top 10 at the end. But it is Nathan Orman, his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win, as he wins one of the biggest races of the Gatorade Cup Series season. Nathan Orman hung out back all race long, but came up to the front of the restart and won at the right time. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Pepsi 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 25 lead changes. 11 different drivers lead laps here tonight in Charlotte. As it's Nathan Orman. He started last in this race, hung out back all race long, but on the final restart came forward and won the race, leading only 2 laps in a 60-lap race. That was what the Pepsi 600 is all about. Riley Sampson, heartbreak for him. He was caught in the last lap. Last lap pass puts him back to second. Michael Gregory ends up in third. Anthony Hernandez in fourth. And Cole Luigi rounds out the top 5. Where did Justin Seidel come from? He ends up in 6th. Jeff Bright in 7th. 8th for Adam Garcia. 9th for Dale Lightning. And Zachary Fitzgerald Sr., he rounds out the top 10. Look at the top 20. Marshall Burrow 11th, so he lost some points to Dale Lightning, but overall, pretty minimal loss for the 95. Jay Jefferson had one of the dominant cars, led 9 laps. He ends up in 12th. Ryan Breimer in 13th. Jose Mills 14th. Marcus Sachi in 15th. Keegan Thompson 16th. Casey Nacko 17th. Steve Morgan 18th. Carter Friesen 19th. Nathan Steelton rounds out the top 20. How about that? Inside the top 20 finishers, only 1 started inside the top 10. That's Michael Gregory, although, or 2 of them did, because Casey Nacko also started in 10th, but part of that may have also had to do with the fact that a lot of the drivers that started towards the front had those bad pit stalls, and that's why they didn't really have a shot there at the end. But a team we didn't really talk about as we look down at the rest of the field. See Jonathan Buford, Roman Fenway, Diego Yepes, Trey Rainey, Levi Jones, Anthony Charles Bois, William Bullen, Anthony Fox, Riley Spurgeon, Jimmy Eli Bright all finished on the lead lap. Drivers we didn't really talk about that much were the Stewart Haas Racing drivers. We talked about Anthony Hernandez and Scott Gregory obviously dominating the race early on. All 4 of them had really fast cars. Seidel ended up inside the top 10. Same with Michael Gregory and Anthony Hernandez. And Scott Gregory led the most laps at 17. Had that pit glitch. Ended up in 32nd lap down, but led 17 laps, the most of anyone here tonight. And other drivers who just had miserable, horrible breaks in this race. Derek Hamill obviously caught on pit road in 31st. Carson Bowers was slow all night, 33rd. Edwin Mendez in 34th. So a horrible night for Joe Gibbs Racing. All their drivers finishing below the top 20. And then Max Aronson was leading the race with about 11 to go. Piston issues put the 8th out of the race. And then these drivers down here below Aronson all had the pit glitch and were stuck on pit road. Luke Rennie, Christian Richardson, JJ Reed, TJ Henley, Isaac Nichols, Griffin Lynn. Of course, all of them started inside the top 10. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So it's a horrible break for those drivers. Hopefully we can get that fixed for some other races here in the future. And Smash Kukla on Gearbox put the 51 out of the race. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the points after 12 races in the Gatorade Cup Series season. Marshall Burrell still on top, 136 of Dale Lightning, who made a minimal game, goes up to second. Jose Mills is third, Roman Fenway fourth, Riley Sampson rounds out the top 5 with a runner-up. Adam Garcia in 6th, 7th place is winner Nathan Ormond, 8th for Diego Yepes, Keegan Thompson 9th, and Michael Gregory holds the final spot inside the top 10. A lot of winners from 11th to 20th. Right now it's Eli Bright, Isaac Nichols, Griffin Lynn, Jay Jefferson, and Trey Rainey. Of those drivers, Lynn with 2 wins in 13th gets a wildcard spot. The other goes to Eli Bright, who's 21 points of his teammate Isaac Nichols, 11th and 12th in points. Jay Jefferson 16th in points, and Trey Rainey 18th in points. Need another win or some more good finishes to move up in the points. Zidell, Spurley Tube, Sachi, Anderson, Luigi. Here's Carson Bowers, a winner, down in 26th. Smash Kukla on his win has him down 28th. And look down at the rest of the field. Some of the drivers down here having miserable seasons and just not having the luck they need to move forward in the points. We'll see how races 13 and 14 go. Something new in the Gatorade Cup Series. We're going dual racing. We go to Texas for Nationwide Duel number 1 and number 2. I'll see you guys then.